Yeah, just overall, just proud of our effort. Thought we played, it's kind of one of those games. I think we just towards the end, had some 50-50 balls, some offensive rebounds that turned into big shots for them. So you got to give them credit for knocking down those threes. But thought we did a great job guarding their perimeter in the first half, and then in the second half they were able to get open and took them going 7 of 14 from the three-point line in the second half to knock us off. And so I feel like both times we've played them, they've really had to show up and play pretty well to beat us. So excited, looking forward to the tournament next week.
Questions?
All right, and they also went 18 of 19 from the free throw line. Would have helped if they'd have missed a few of those, but you can't control that. You rebounded them by 7. I mean, again, I know people hate the saying moral victory, but
we're beyond moral victories. We're at the end of the year too, so we're beyond moral victories.
Right.
We're competing the way that we feel like we should be able to compete. It's just there's a few possessions here and there that we got to make sure that we're cleaning up a little bit from an offensive standpoint or maybe from a defensive standpoint. Again, proud of our effort overall. There's some possessions I'd like to have back from an offensive and defensive standpoint when it comes to being able to execute a little bit better here or there. We missed some shifts in our zone, but we had people, with injuries and all that kind of stuff with some practice. We had people in positions that they hadn't really practiced, during that stretch when they kind of separated from us. So like Maya's playing the 4, well, she doesn't practice the 4 a lot in the 2-3 zone that we were playing. So when they ran, what they ran, we covered, but she wasn't in that spot, So we had some breakdowns like that where it's not necessarily maybe things we could control but can't control. Again, overall, just proud of our effort.
Can you say what happened on the technicals? We don't have to elaborate a lot or anything.
Which ones? The 2 on the
First
players?
yours, well, both situations.
Mine, I told her she was terrible.
The referee?
Yeah, I just told her she was terrible.
Okay.
That's why I got technical.
Do you regret it now? Or?
No,
Okay.
I don't. The second one, we told the officials in the first half about some of the talk and stuff that was going on during the game, and they didn't address it. And so that, when you continue to let that kind of thing happen and you change the way that the game has been called, then emotions get high, then you're going to have those situations where kids are talking to each other. So Anna had gotten fouled.
Chelsea and Wilson went back and forth.
We were celebrating. Our team is celebrating, and 2 kids say something to each other and they get a technical foul. I think in women's basketball it's way over. If that happens in a men's basketball game, nothing is said. But in women's basketball, I don't know if they're just not allowed to have any kind of emotion or anything like that. I don't know what the NCAA and the basketball rule makers how they believe the players are supposed to act. But it's an emotional game, and I think for the game to continue to grow, we got to get beyond that a little bit. But
I saw the replay, and I didn't see anything that looked that bad, but I could not hear what was said.
yeah, obviously you couldn't, and I don't know what was said. Not really concerned about it either.
Just something that got the officials' attention, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, and what's your early thoughts on the tournament?
Excited. We've been playing pretty well offensively. We've been scoring points. Really, last four games or so, been scoring the ball pretty well. And 2 of those are on the road, 2 of them are at home. One's against, a couple of those are against top half teams in the league. I'm excited to find out. I really just want to know who we're playing so we can start preparing for that.
I was going to ask if we knew that yet, but probably not all the games.
We won't know until a couple different things happen, Some games are still at halftime. But I'm excited to get prepared and to go over there. We're at the same number of wins we had last year. So we go over there and win one more game, then we've made a jump in the win column there. We won't have as many losses as we had last year already. But I feel like some good progress has been made. In the 2 years that we've been here. I believe if we don't have the injuries that we had and the timing of them and everything else, I think this team wins. We probably win 18 games. I mean, we're taking the best team in the league, top teams in the league, and it's taken a lot of effort for them to beat us. And really for 3 quarters, we're playing really well for 3 quarters, and then there's always one quarter that's kind of a little bugaboo for us for whatever reason. But sometimes that's foul trouble, and now you got at the end of the first half, we're in foul trouble. So now we have to put Bella at the 4. Chelsea's got 2 fouls. Delgenay's got 2 fouls. So our 2 leading scorers are on the bench the last 4. Well, Chelsea was out for like 4 minutes. Berger was out for like 2. But mistakes are being made, while they're out. And our 10-point lead goes as the game is changing. Those kids are on the bench when they make that run to tie it up going into halftime. So I think they took a good shot from us. I think we took a pretty good shot from them. So the fact that it's a 6-point game at the end of the fourth or into the 3rd quarter, that doesn't surprise me. When we go up there and play, and it's a 2-point game with 5 minutes to go. So I mean, we're on the verge of being pretty good. But the thing is, the difference between 11 and 18 and 18 and 11 could be 7 possessions. And so it's a matter of learning to control those possessions throughout the game. You've only got so many timeouts. You can't call a timeout every single time things start to go awry. So, but again, proud of our effort. Love these kids to death. I think they're giving us everything they got. I mean, Anna comes up 22 points, makes 5 or 7 from the 3-point line on her last game here at Tolman Center. Delgenay has 30. On Thursday nights. I mean, we have enough weapons. I heard you mention that to the players about them having more weapons. We have enough weapons, but we need them all functioning at the same time.
Finnegan didn't have one of her big games.
Yeah,
today.
but then there's other nights where she's the one getting 26,
and somebody else is
getting 5. So. And that's something that as we not looking ahead to next year or anything, but as we get into next year and everything, I think consistency is going to be that's probably the biggest thing that we have to address and improve upon for us to take the next step to be a good program. There's just that consistency level.
Just to clarify, the 8 players that got introduced before the game and got the flowers and all that.
Yeah, they were acknowledged tonight.
They're all done after the season.
They'll all graduate. Yeah.
Then please don't touch on it since there's so many. 8's kind of a lot. Why don't you just talk about them in general, as how much they meant to the program?
Well, just I told them in the locker room, I'm really proud of them for helping to get the program headed back in the right direction. I mean, it would have been real easy to leave after prior circumstances and everything else, but their belief in what we're trying to do and trying to get the program back on its feet. This wasn't necessarily a destination job for a lot of people. For me, it is being in my home state and being able to do this. So I take a lot of pride in being here and trying to build this program. And they're a big part of that. They're great kids. Academically, they take care of the business. Last year we were honorable mention top 25 all academic team. This year we're first semester we had a 3.6 GPA. We're doing it and still being able to compete at a pretty high level. The one thing we got to improve upon is winning. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's a performance-based industry, so we have to learn how to win games, and I think as we continue to improve and recruit and everything else, that I believe those numbers will go up.
Thanks, Coach.
I'm good.